One thing I really miss about Canada, Olive Young is so fun. I'm actually looking for women who are 10 years. Miranda Kerr uses the ingredient, one of my favorite sunscreens, a backup of my favorite retinol. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday and it's also going to be the last video that I'm making until I disappear for 3 weeks again, because I am going to Canada to spend some time with family, and also I have 2 weddings to attend. So without further ado, let's go into the sleep report and see what sort of Pokemon show up. My game lagged a bit, but this is sleep session 735. I got really good sleep. Me and my Snorlax got really good sleep, and this is what the graph looks like. I don't really care much for the graph most of the times. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. I forgot what the map is called for where I am right now. My brain's like all over the place, but we should expect some electric type, ghost, and bug type Pokemon? No, steel. Steel is the other. There's no map for bugs. Alright, so nothing here that we need. So, oh, actually, I would want to pick up that Sprigatito. I'm still looking for a good milk one. Or is it potatoes? I think I'm looking up for a potato one. But whoever is hungry, I guess I will throw the biscuit to. Oh, is there game volume? I'm not sure where the game volume went, but we are going to give this bonus biscuit to the Sprigatito, and that should be it. So quite the boring Tuesdays, but usually the earlier parts of the week are a little bit boring. Also, during the event, I didn't take any nap, and that is because the first week of the event I was still in Korea, so I mean, I'm out and about, I can't really take a nap. And then for the second week, as you guys know, I had a little complications with my mouth. I had a toothache and then I had to get a root canal. But I did get a really great amount of dream shards during the event, so that was really fantastic. Oh, and the flower mint bundle thing as well, that was new. I forgot to talk about that in yesterday's video, but I quickly realized after the first night, because mind you, I was on vacation, so I didn't have like any time to look up information or anything, but I didn't realize that the order of which you plant the seeds will matter. So I really wanted the white flower, but I think I could have waited until the last day of the event to plant that one. So yeah, those are my afterthoughts. Let's pick up everything and let's make our lunch for Snorlax. I need to make sure that I recharge my Pokeball Plus before I pack it in my luggage. I've yet to pack for my trip, but I more or less have an idea of what I need to bring. For the most part, everything I need to pack in terms of like gifts and things that I want to give to people, that is already packed. So it's just really clothes, pajamas, and undergarments for myself that I need to pack. I don't think I'm gonna pack too much clothes, because one thing I really miss about Canada, there's a store called Aritzia, and they have some stores in the US as well. It's gotten pretty big from when I was in high school, and Aritzia was mainly selling like very vibrant color sweatshirts. Like if you know, then you've probably seen those TNA sweatshirts. They were in like bright colors, kind of like Joshua Perret style, and they had like their huge logo on the back. And one thing I regret growing up is giving away and donating. Actually no, I don't regret donating my clothes. I think what I regret is not keeping some pieces that would have gotten back into fashion, because now that I have a little sister who's in high school, I'm realizing that a lot of the things she's wearing or like asking for are things that I have already owned in high school. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but for any of you youngins out there listening, keep your stuff. Unless you know for sure you're never gonna wear it again, keep some of your favorite stuff. Some of my favorite stuff I let go anyways, because I thought like I'm not gonna need it. I am going to switch out my Charizard for the Magnezone, because I do want to try to make some of my highest curry dish. I don't know why that's always a tongue twister for me. Let's go into community research. Oh, I also decided to just keep my PJs on. This is from Junido that I got in Korea. But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty much home all day because I have to like clean, pack, and do some laundry. So quite the busy day ahead for me, but I did want to fit in a video and show you guys all of the goodies that I bought in Korea, like part 2. Part 1 I mainly focused on makeup that I got, but there's there's some skincare that I want to share with you guys. This is my beautiful latte of the day. I need to stir it up though. I spilled a little bit, so I need to get a napkin. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the whole like Korean people loving Americanos, but that is definitely true. I've seen plenty of Korean people chugging on huge Americanos. And you know what? I just can't be an Americano girly. I just love my coffees, well, more espressos. I love my espressos with milk and honey. So cheers. That is so good. One thing I'm gonna miss, well, two things I'm gonna miss. My boyfriend, obviously, when I go to Canada. But the other thing I'm gonna miss is our Nespresso machine. Making your coffee is like a ritual in the morning, kind of like when you make matcha. Still have yet to get a matcha whisk and bowl, so I haven't done that. And we've pretty much lived here for 6 months now. The year is definitely going by quickly, and it's funny how when we initially moved here to Singapore, we were like, yeah, we're only gonna stay here for like a year. But after a big of a move and just switching all your government legal stuff over to another country, it's like you don't want to go through that again. So we're thinking maybe 2 or 3 years. But in terms of like stuff that I got in Korea, I have a sizable haul that I want to share with you guys. I didn't go too overboard because I mean, all of Young is so fun to go into, but it does get very overwhelming, especially depending on what locations you go to. There's just so much people. And there's this song that plays in the background, and it encourages you to spend, you know, like the psychology of music when it comes to certain shops and what they decide to play. It really encourages people to spend. And they had like this special summer jingle that they had going on. And it reminds me of Don Quixote in Japan, where they have that like song that you probably heard about. The song's a little bit different in Singapore, but lyrics are more or less saying the same thing. But I had such a great time shopping in Korea, especially with my girlfriends. Like, shopping with your girlfriends is another level of support and making sure you don't buy something stupid. I hit my elbow. It's also great because if you're interested in a product and someone has already done their research on it, then it makes it easier for you to decide whether or not you want to go forward with that purchase, or maybe you're just giving into the hype. And that's the thing as well. I stopped following girls in their mid-20s when it comes to skincare advice, because I'm like, first of all, in your 20s, like, it's probably likely that you have really, really great skin. Like, you can use and abuse your body in your 20s and you don't see the immediate effects until you're like 30s or something, right? But oh my gosh, is that a shiny Torchic? I thought the shiny Torchics would be a different color, but that looks so cute. I'm guessing it is because Jude changed the display picture, right? Jude, if this is a shiny Torchic, oh, it's so cute, I love it. See, my problem with Torchic is that I love it so much and I don't want to evolve it, but not evolving it will kind of hold you back, especially in the mainline games. But yeah, I stopped looking at like skincare reviews from girls in their early 20s just for the reason that they haven't really lived in their skin as long as I have. So when I want to look for recommendations, I'm actually looking for women who are 10 years older than me. So women in their 40s, because they have 40 more, sorry, the math wasn't checking out. They had 10 more years of living in their skin, knowing what's like working or not. And your skin concerns when you're in your 20s versus in your 30s and 40s are definitely different, I feel. I think 30 is really when you start thinking about like prevention and maintaining what your skin is and like the integrity of it before it declines even further, just due to like weight loss, bone loss, collagen loss. I know there's a lot of things you lose when you're a girl. But that's why I stopped looking at like fast skincare, in a sense that TikTok really, like brands really like to go on TikTok and push out products. So sometimes you'll see like there's always a new toning pad or always a new serum coming out. And you know what, honestly, sometimes I give into the buzz a little bit. But the thing about me is I'm always a little skeptical about everything. So I don't always purchase it right away, although I will feel that impulse to, because there's also that feeling of FOMO. But I've gotten pretty good at recognizing that pattern and stopping it in its tracks. So before Korea, I really held back on buying skincare because I just wanted to do enough of my research to find out what ingredients are worth it, especially for my skin type and my skin concerns, because what works for someone isn't always going to work for someone else, and everyone's skin concerns are different. Definitely for me in my early 20s, or like my 20s phase of life, my skin concern was basically like oily skin and acne prone skin. I had really, really bad acne and I had to be on Accutane twice. Would I do it again? And if I had children, would I let them go on Accutane? I don't think so. I kind of regret going on Accutane twice, and I'm surprised my doctor let me go on Accutane twice, but I wouldn't, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't go on it. Although I think it's still a great thing if it's like a last resort thing, although for me, it really wasn't a last resort thing. I could have done other things. He also put me on a round of antibiotics, which I didn't realize damaged my gut later on, but you live and you learn. But yeah, so skincare recommendations. I usually like to go for the ladies who are more mature and who are targeting concerns that I'm starting to worry about. So they've already done the trial and error, all the research, and I could trust on them more than someone in their 20s who just is like, your concerns are different because you're not thinking about collagen loss yet, because like you're still at the peak of your collagen production when you're in your early 20s. And then like just a night out drinking is not going to affect you the same way it does when you're in your 30s. But also everyone's different. There's some people in their 20s who may have it more rough, and some people who just have really good skin and genetics. And then there's some people who get like treatments and chemical peels and then they swear on a product, but it's like, okay, maybe the product is good for maintenance, but let's be real, there's like other things you're doing that is making your skin look really good, and you're not really being transparent about that. And that's another thing that gives me the ick when it comes to the skincare space. I feel mature women are a lot more transparent about things they do, got done, and what to avoid, because, you know, they've just been through it. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you guys what I got, but do keep in mind that just because I got it doesn't mean it's something you should get, because our skin concerns are different. I guess to preface this, what my skin concerns are right now is, although I have oily skin and I've learned to embrace it because it just helps you get less wrinkles, I found that as I've aged, my skin is actually drying out, and I now have to focus more on moisture and like keeping that moisture in my skin, like transepidermal water loss. So having a good occlusive moisturizer and something that's not fragranced or alcohol. Sometimes I use it, but I prefer not to. And for me, it would be like lightening spots, elasticity, and overall just keeping the skin plump and hydrated while slowing down the signs of aging, in the sense that I'm trying to maintain as much as I have now, and maintain and produce instead of like letting it degrade at a quicker pace. Like, think of it when you're working out, you need to be consistent for your muscle mass to stay on or for the weight to stay off. And if you have periods where you're not working out, you will slowly feel like your muscles degrading, or like the weight slowly coming back on, depending on how well you're maintaining in terms of eating. So it's kind of like that with skincare. I'm trying to really slow down the collagen loss in my skin, maintain elasticity and firmness, because usually with volume loss of the facial feature, you will see that there's areas of the face that no longer have that structure where the volume used to be, and that's when you start experiencing sagging and stuff, hollowing, sagging, or even like loss of baby fat as well. So yeah, there's that. Never get buccal fat removal, by the way. If you have chubby cheeks, embrace them. They're beautiful. They're going to keep you young. So the first thing I want to share with you guys, I guess it's this like set here. I thought it was a hand cream. If you saw my previous video, I thought this was a hand cream. It's actually a face cream. It's non-scented, which is why I liked it and why I picked it up. It doesn't feel greasy, and yeah, that's why I was like, this is a great hand cream. But it's a face cream, and I'm thinking maybe I will try it for my face because there's no fragrance in it, so I'm less likely to get irritation from this. I would say I have sensitive skin, but my skin can take quite a bit as well. So I can't say how I like it in terms of my face because I haven't used it for my face yet. but I do like the texture of it for my hands. Okay, the next thing, this has been popular for a really long time. This is the Retinol shot. This is the 100 one. So the 100 one you can use every night, I think. Like you could use it daily. Some people use it 3 times a day, but this is the first step before you add anything else. So kind of like your booster. These have spicules in it, so it acts like micro needling at home without actually having to use a micro needle and, you know, having to do that whole disinfecting step, because you have to be so careful with that as well. And I was on and off about getting this for the longest time, but I saw 2 beautiful ladies in their 40s talk about this and how it's made such a huge difference in terms of their skin texture, complexion, and just how well their other skincare plays with it. Like, because you put this first and then you put all your other stuff, and it helps deliver the skincare better into your skin. So I've used this once. You have to be really careful when they tell you avoid the eyes. Really avoid the eyes, because I got a little too close and I woke up the next day with some red patches, but it took an additional day for those red patches to go away. But what I can say is that I really did enjoy the glow I woke up with in the morning, and I felt like my skincare did penetrate better and deliver quicker results, and that was like off one usage. I didn't experience negative side effects besides like user error of putting it too close to my eyes. So for now, I can't say too much of whether or not this is going to change my skin, because I've only used it once, right? But I am excited, given how well my skin reacted the first time. I am excited to see how well this is going to perform when I hit like the 3 months mark of using it. Usually you want to give your skincare like 3 weeks to really see a result, which is why when you see influencers and they have like a bottle of something and it's not even halfway through, like, can you really trust whether or not that was like life-changing enough for them, or were they paid to say it? But yeah, this is all paid with my own money, not sponsored. And yeah, very excited to continue using this. The reason why I'm not using it more is because I did get lasers done on my face for my sunspots, and when I told my friends that I used this and liked it, they were like, are you okay to use this because you had lasers done? And I'm like, oh my god, you're right, maybe I should give my skin some time to like recover from the laser before I use this. So that is the reason why I haven't continued using this, but I really like it. You have to be careful though. Don't rub it into your face. Like, apply it, lightly coat it, and then tap it, but don't rub it too much, because since there's spicules in it that give that micro needling effect, the more you rub, the more you might irritate your skin. So do be very careful about that. And when it comes to lippies, so I got the 2-for-1. So you basically get an extra one for free for paying the price of one. And I like that Korea does that. So you get a lot of 2-for-1s, and the stuff rotates on what kind of items they do it for. But this is a Torridin lip, solid in lip essence. My little sister wanted one as well, so I also got her one. And I've already been using this when I was in Canada, and I really enjoy it, especially as a to-go lippy when I'm out and about. It feels very nice on the lips, not too balmy but not too oily as well. And yeah, it's just great. There's no scent. It's vegan for those who care. So I decided I want to get more of this, and it's 2-for-1, so I get one for free. I also picked up another backup of my CNP Propolis Lipcerin because I had finished mine before coming to Korea. So I wanted to buy another one. I was hoping that I can get like a 2-for-1 thing there too, but I didn't. But I did get something better, because usually these are like $31 to $36, but when we were there, it was on sale for $12. So I got 2. I'm already using one. I love to use this as a nighttime lip balm because it's just so nice, and when I wake up in the morning, I still feel it on my lips. So that's how I know it's like moisturizing and keeping the moisture in my lips all night. Love this one. I know some of you viewers use this as well, because when I first mentioned this in my video a year ago or something like that, some of you guys have mentioned that you love this as well. So it looks like this, and I love how clean the application is, because you twist this and it disperses the amount in the middle there. So it's not like a tube where you have to dig your fingers in, which I really appreciate. And yeah, I love it. And you get every last bit. Whereas with things like this, sometimes you don't get every last bit unless you cut into it. But this, you get every last bit because of the mechanism that pushes the lip product upwards. You get everything. And then I got this Aromatica Tea Tree Purifying Tonic. The popular one is the green bottle, and that helps promote hair growth. I got this one because it said purifying tonic, so I thought it would like purify the scalp because, you know, living in Asia, you have to have an AC on, especially Singapore is really hot. Side note, I'm so used to Singaporean weather being like hot. I don't know if it was just the time of the month that I was in Korea, but the weather in Korea was like so bearable and mild to me compared to like the heat and humidity in Singapore. So it felt nice, like what a vacation. But yeah, my scalp just gets oilier here quicker, and just due to sweating even at nighttime, I find sometimes my scalp needs a little help. And I find that on days where I use this at nighttime, my scalp feels and smells great, especially when I wake up in the morning. So I actually really enjoy this. I think this also promotes hair growth as well. I'm not sure, but if that is a side effect, then hey, I'll take it. As you guys know, I did cut my hair a couple months ago, and yeah, I don't know, I'm still like on the I feel like it grew to a good length. Like when I came home and my boyfriend saw me, he was like, your hair's growing out so nicely. And I agree, but I kind of miss my long hair. Alright, so the next thing I got is actually a recommendation from my friend who uses this. This is the Numbizin Skin Softening Serum number 3. They did repackage, so if you've had this before and you're like, why does it look different? Yeah, they did repackage. Same formulation, I believe, but different packaging. And I quite like this. I use it AM and PM. Sometimes only in the AM, sometimes only in the PM. It really depends on what day it is and what I'm doing in terms of skincare. But I like this. I noticed that it has helped with retexturizing my skin and also just bringing some like brilliance and clarity to it, because after I use this for several days, me and my girlfriends, we have this group chat and we send a lot of video updates to each other every day basically, and they're like, your skin's looking so good. But the only thing I was doing when I got back from Korea for that first week was I was using this and I was using this. So I'll talk about this in a moment, but this, I didn't do much research on it. I just know that my friend told me she really likes it, and that when she wakes up, she notices her skin just looks so nice and clear and smooth. So I'm like, I'm sold. If you like it and you notice a difference, I'm gonna get it too. So I got it and I really like it. But yeah, I'm probably going to look up on the interwebs and see what exactly this does, just so I know like maybe I shouldn't be interacting with other actives that I have in my skincare routine. But yeah, Numbizin number 3. Really like this so far. It hasn't broken me out either. This product, I know that it isn't fungal acne safe because I've seen other people express that. So luckily for me, I haven't broken out from it. This is the Noni Ampule. You've probably seen this viral on TikTok if you're really big into skincare. There's this one girl who was showing her friend's skin and it looked like so clear and bright. And you know what? I have to admit, she has magnificent skin. But at the same time, she's really young. And when you're young, your skin just tends to be better, let's be real. But with that being said, I have seen some more mature women say that they really like this as well. Miranda Kerr uses the ingredient Noni for her skincare line, and her skincare line is a bit pricey, so I feel this is a really good way to try the Noni ingredient without having to pay a higher price tag. Now this one was you buy the one size and then you get the trial size. So I was using this and I really like it. So as I mentioned, my first week back from Korea, I was using this and this, and my friends have seen me 2 weeks straight during our trip, okay? So when I got back home and we're like sending each other updates, they're like, oh my god, your skin's looking so good. And I'm like, really? I've only been using this and this since coming back. So take that as you will. I hear that before the product bottle was smaller, but then people were like, please make one that's bigger. So now it's like this size. So we got this, and I think everyone in our group got one. So we basically cleared the shelves and they had to restock it. But I'm very excited. There is a scent to it, but I don't know if that's like a generic synthetic scent that they added, or maybe it's just the scent coming from the ingredient, but it hasn't irritated my skin. But I feel like if you are extremely sensitive to things like that, you might want to you might want to avoid it. But I've been using the trial for a while. It was like this full when I got it, and yeah, very excited to continue using this as well. And then I stocked up on one of my favorite sunscreens. This is the Madagascar Centella Hyalu-Cica Water Fit Sun Serum SPF 50 plus PA quadruple plus, not plus plus plus, but quadruple plus. And this is the twin pack, so there's 2 in here. And I recently got into this because when my best friend was giving us our bridesmaid boxes to ask us to be her bridesmaid, she added one of these into it. And then once I moved to Singapore, I tried it and I loved it. It's just so lightweight, watery, liquidy, it blends in like a dream, and I really like that. I do have to set it with powder though, just because otherwise with my oily skin it's going to like seep into my eyes and then my vision gets a little blurry. But in terms of finish, you do get that like nice dewy finish. Also, another like skin TikTok peeve is when they apply a product and they're like, oh my god, look, and it's like, what am I looking at, babe? Because that's just moisturized skin, you know? So yeah, that's another thing. Don't fall for that thing where they do, oh my god, and they like touch their face, because what is that really showing? You know, show me the results. Show me day 1 and then 4 weeks and then the in-betweens, and show it in consistent lighting and angle. But yeah, this one really liked, so I picked it up. I probably should have picked up more, but I have quite a bit of sunscreen that I'm going through. So I like these type of formulations, and I also like the milky type of formulations on days where I want a little bit more support with oil control. But this is really great, and I find that these tend to be the easiest to blend. They don't have that sunscreen smell, and yeah, Asian sunscreen is just like so OP. So love this, super happy. But I also got another sunscreen because supposedly this is actually what the girlies are using in Korea. Now this is a special summer packaging, and this is a 1+1+1. So you pay for the price of 1 and you got 2 extra for free. And there's also like a little towel. So let's open that together and see what we get. There's 2 patterns that we can get. So we can either get that pattern or that pattern. So we will see. But this is the Celimax Fusion Laser UV Sunscreen SPF 50 plus PA quadruple plus. And I got the Sanrio collab one, so I got my Melody. It's so cute. I love my Melody. And the Sanrio characters are tan because, you know, it's summertime. They got a good tan going on, and I just thought that was so cute. But this is super popular in Korea. I hear that this is actually what the Korean people are using in terms of like what their favorite sunscreen is. Also, Beauty of Joseon is a Korean manufactured brand targeted towards North Americans. So up until recently, it wasn't even something that popular in Korea, which I found fascinating. But yeah, so I heard that people in Korea are actually buying this, so I decided to get it. What I will say is that it has a satin dewy finish. It's not completely matte, so I still have to set my face, but it doesn't dry me out either, which I like. And it does take a little bit more effort to blend in compared to if you're using a more watery type sunscreen like the Centella one. So there is that, and if you don't blend carefully enough, you might have like white streaks. So yeah, there is that. I'm still deciding whether or not I like it because I did use it once. I'm still trying to finish the other Centella one that I have. I think I have like 2 more days of usage for it before it's completely out, and then I'm going to start using this one again. But I like it. It's just, I think I just need to get used to the texture and application since I'm so used to the other one right now. But these are the other 2 bottles. Super cute. Oh, these 2 are basically the same though. But yeah, you get 2 more. And this is 35 ml. And this is the beach towel. So we got the second design. Let's open it up. Okay, I don't think it's like a beach towel. It's pretty small, but how cute. I mean, there is definitely a use for it. Like, let's say you're doing your makeup and you want to protect your counter. you could lay this down. But oh my god, I love it. It's cute. I love little things like this. And it's my melody. Alright, so the next thing I got is a backup of my favorite moisturizer. I've talked about it several times on this channel, but this is the AESTURA Atoll Barrier Cream, the Derma On. So back when I was living in Canada, it was quite hard to get a grasp of this. There's Asian skincare stores, but I haven't been able to find them there. So the first time I had a friend go to Korea, I asked her if she can get me one, and she did, and I loved it. I loved it so much that when I went to Vietnam with my boyfriend, we saw this store called Skinbox, I think it's called, and they sold it there. So I picked one up there. I'm almost done with it though. And I think I got another one gifted from my best friend. So I've been through like 3 bottles of this already. And I just love it. So I picked up 2 as backup, and this should be good for another like 1.5 to 2 years for me. So this is really great. It's super moisturizing, really great for your skin barrier. There's no scent, no alcohol, and it's really great to just soothe, hydrate, and keep your skin calm. So favorite moisturizer, I've repurchased it. I've been through quite a couple bottles, so I really like it. And then, what is going to a trip to Korea without purchasing something that has PDRN, which is salmon sperm? I know, kind of weird, especially if you're not into skincare and you haven't heard like the buzzword PDRN. People like to, you know, shock factor, so they usually say salmon sperm, gets your attention, right? But this is high concentration PDRN, and you have to be careful with PDRN products that you buy because, one, there's some products that claim to have PDRN, but it's like super low dosage of PDRN. This one has 1,204 ppm. So as you could see right there, that's how much it is. But I do have to caution, with PDRN, the science right now doesn't say whether or not topical application will penetrate the skin deep enough for your skin to absorb it and, you know, get the same effects you would as the in-clinic treatment. And the in-clinic treatment, if you're not familiar, is when people are going to skin clinics and getting salmon sperm PDRN injected into their face. So like rows upon rows of different injection sites to have the skin absorb it, because when you're injecting it, it goes deeper into the layer of skin that needs to be absorbed through that layer. Whereas if you're applying something topically like this, does it actually penetrate the skin layers deep enough to absorb it the same way that the in-clinic treatments do? Right now, people are like 50-50 on the fence whether it does or not. Some people will swear up and down that when they use this, it works. I think what makes it work is the fact that the other ingredients are very highly moisturizing, and a lot of times when you're experiencing dullness in your skin, having very moisturized skin does a world of a difference for you to realize that something is happening to your skin and that you could see a visible result. So why did I buy this? I just felt like I needed to try and see for myself what this will do and whether or not I will like it. I will say there is a scent to this, so if you don't like skincare that have like perfumed scents, you might not enjoy this or it might break you out. But in terms of like moisturizing properties, this is great. Whether or not the PDRN is going into my skin, I don't know. But I mean, we love women in STEM, right? So we got the Retinol shot here. And as I mentioned before, this helps your other products penetrate deeper into the skin with the spicules that are present in this little serum. So I thought, what a great idea would it be to use this and then use this so that the PDRN has a higher chance of being penetrated into the skin and absorbed by the skin. Will that work? I don't know. But is it worth a chance? Yes. I think I would have regretted my trip had I not picked up something PDRN, and I knew that if it was something PDRN, I wanted to be like high concentration but still affordable. So that's why I got the Retinol one instead. I actually got 3. I'm using one, it's in my washroom, and then I have like these 2 here to play with. So there is that. The final thing I want to show you guys, it is not a item that I picked up in Korea, but because I'm talking about skincare, I figured why don't I talk to you guys about my favorite retinol. This is the OBAGI retinol. It is quite pricey and I really like it. I got this in Vietnam. This is a brand of retinol that I've heard for a long time, but I've never got the chance to try it because it's hard to find in Canada unless you're ordering online, and I'm kind of iffy about ordering things online because I'm just paranoid of it not being real and I don't want to risk that. So I'd rather buy it in store and make sure that the box is not like contaminated with or opened. But yeah, I got this in Vietnam. I was so happy. And this is the 1% strength. So up until now, I've been using like 0.5, 0.2, and that's been going great, but I think my skin's ready to go 1%. And when I did start using this, I did experience a little bit of flaking, which is natural because it is like double the concentration I'm used to. But I started off slow and steady. So like once every 2-3 days, and then now I probably use this like every second day during the week, and it just does a really great job at resurfacing the skin. And retinol is something that I've used since I was in high school because that is also an ingredient that they give to patients experiencing acne. So I've been on this for quite some time, but I was not really that great at using it. You want to make sure your skin's dry. If you're experiencing irritation from using retinol, I would ask if you are making sure your skin is dry before you put this on, because sometimes if your skin is wet, putting this on will cause irritation. So it's better to apply on dry skin. Or like if you're putting another product before this, make sure that product is absorbed and dry before you apply this one. With moisturizer though, you do want to have like wet, damp skin before you apply moisturizer, so that when you apply the moisturizer, it seals in that moisture that's already on your skin and keeps your skin hydrated and moisturized. Especially if you're using hyaluronic acids. If you're using hyaluronic acid, it's really great to apply it on damp skin. If you want to add volume or hydration to your lips, maybe not so much volume, but the appearance of volume, just because your lips look fuller from being hydrated, wet your lips and then apply like your favorite hyaluronic acid lip balm or serum that will maintain the plumpness and hydration in your lips. But yeah, retinol, this is my favorite one. I've used other brands, but I've never really committed to them. But I think moving forward, I will continue using this if I can find more. I think they might have this in the Singapore airport. I think I've seen it before, so I might pick one up there because I want to have a backup before I run out. But yeah, I'm not using a vitamin C right now. I am interested in looking up alzaic acid. I hear that is better when it comes to targeting dark spots for women of color. So yeah, got to do my research on that. But that is pretty much my haul on skincare, my thoughts on skincare. Actually, no, I lied. There's something else I wanted to show you. This I didn't get from Korea either, but because we're on the topic of skin and everything, your skin on your body is your largest organ, so you better treat it right. And I try my best to moisturize every day after I shower. So I've gone through 2 of these. This is the LUSH Cocoa Butter Hand and Body Lotion, and I really like this. But sometimes as you're getting deeper in the tub, it's a little harder to get the product out, especially if you have longer nails or like short fingers too. So I've gone through 2 of these, and then I decided I'm going to try the Brazilian Body Butter from LUSH. And this is like the faintest smell. They don't do any marketing at LUSH either. They have a newsletter if you sign up for it, but I like the brand. I like what they stand for. And this one I love. This is a gorgeous body cream. And moving forward, I think I'm going to continue buying this one instead of this one. Great for my body, great for my hands. And I have a really dry body, so this does a really great job at keeping it moisturized daily. And I like the subtle scent. And yeah, I love this. I love this body butter. Wow, that was a lot to go through, but I had so much fun talking about this. Skincare is one of my favorite things to talk about and things that I like to watch. Maintaining my skin is something that has gotten quite a long way to understand what works for me, especially seeing how my skin has evolved throughout the years. Like, I had really bad acne, you guys, like to the point where I just had so much scars in my forehead that I was so embarrassed and ashamed that I always had side bangs because it was covering a insecurity that I had. As you see, I'm now like middle part, I've learned to work with my skin. I've learned to accept that breaking out and acne is something that I'm probably going to experience for the rest of my life. So it's more up to maintaining and managing, not only maintaining in terms of what I use on my skin, but also maintaining in terms of what I feed myself and the amount of stress that I am deciding to take up in life. Sometimes you have the choice to like not stress about something and just be a little more carefree and happy in life. And I've noticed that once I stopped stressing out so much about my acne or like things that just made me feel miserable in life, my body and my mental just felt better. Eating plays a huge role into it as well. Like you really have to eat well and stay hydrated. And then with skincare, it's just like knowing what ingredients work for you, but giving it enough time to work as well. And sometimes less is more. I have some moments where if my skin is really freaking out, I keep it to the bare minimum and I'm probably just gonna use this. And that will help like rebalance my skin. So it's understanding your skin, knowing day by day, what does it need, what does it want. And yeah, that's how you start learning a little bit more about yourself and maintaining your skin. And not wasting money on buying like this and that. It's crazy thinking back in the early 20s how skincare in North America was so different. Everything was so astringent and stripping. Like we had an obsession with looking matte. Like nowadays foundations and skincare types, like you want that dewy satin finish, but back in the day it was matte. Like everything people were selling, like makeup too, it was like matte finish. If it was a toner, it was an astringent toner to like strip all the oils off your face. And little did I know that was doing more harm than good, because I wasn't hydrating my face properly and I was really ruining my skin barrier. But it's crazy how accessible skincare and the knowledge of certain products have been to younger people, and that's great. But also people like me who are a little older can benefit, because now you have women in their 40s doing videos and stuff on the internet talking about their experience, what works, what didn't, because like things just changed so much in a decade, you know? I love skincare. I hope you skincare lovers enjoy this video as well. And yeah, I need to start packing, doing like last minute things around the house as well. My flight is tomorrow morning, so I'm so sad because I'm going to be away from my boyfriend for like 2 weeks until we're reunited back in Canada, and then like the wedding and stuff that we're attending together. So for my friend's wedding, I am a bridesmaid and he is a groomsman, and I was like thinking how special that is because we're both part of the bridal party. And actually the people who are getting married, I met my boyfriend through the groom, because the groom is marrying my best friend. So very special people in our lives, and I just can't wait to see their special moment. And I'm so excited for the rehearsal dinner as well. It's like, I feel like once we get there, it's gonna feel like so real, like wow, this is happening, you know? So yeah, I'm excited to go to Canada, but I'm also nervous about being away for so long from you guys, because I mean, I'm not filming as much, and I don't know, there's that fear of me that's like, are you guys gonna get bored? Get bored of me? But I mean, it's just a moment in life, and I also have to remind myself that there will be moments like this, and that it's okay. So yeah, I'm excited because this is quite different from my vacation in Korea, because I'm gonna be at my mom's place, so it's like going to an all-inclusive resort. You know, I am really excited to play with our cat Remy. I'm excited to spend time with family. The thing I'm most excited about is eating my mom's cooking. It's been quite some time since I've had her home cooking, and I love how she cooks, and I love that she remembers what I like. I noticed that every time I visit, she would have something there that she knows I like because she's anticipating my arrival, and I find that so special because it just shows how much she pays attention. So yeah, I'm really excited to eat her home cooking. There's nothing like mom's cooking, you know? And yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any skincare items that you swear by or that you really like and you want me to like check out, let me know. I always love seeing what other people are using. If any of the stuff that I'm using is something you're using, let me know as well. And I think if there's one thing I would recommend to anyone, it would be this. This moisturizer is just so great. And if I'm not using this, I'm using the La Roche-Posay one. It's a French brand and it's kind of the same in terms of like maintaining your skin barrier, being unscented, and just moisturizing very well. So I tend to like those things when it comes to moisturizer. If you're wondering what I use for face wash, I usually alternate. I get like whatever is the cheapest because I don't really think buying face wash with actives in it is worth it because it's only on your skin for like a couple seconds. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I also don't use an eye cream. Some people say eye creams are scams. I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys. We have a Discord, so don't forget to join us there if you want to make friends. Add people to your friends list and just like chill. I think because I'm gonna be in Canada, I'm gonna have so much more time to chill, so I'll probably, you know, lurk around in the Discord a bit more since I haven't been able to do that. But I will see you guys in 3 weeks. If you guys want to keep updated on what I'm up to, I will try to post on Instagram. I'm not really that great at social media, but I will try. And yeah, I'm just really excited to spend time with family. I hope you guys take care. I hope you guys have a really fabulous summer as well. Let me know what your plans are. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy life. Bye. I have to admit, she has magnificent skin.